What? What?
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. Timestamps are down in the description box below if you want to get directly into the Dynamite review. Otherwise, fuck with me for a moment. Link is down in the description box below. Holy shit, how fucking delusional can one person be? And I know I'm pretty late on this. This was like maybe a couple of days ago, but I'm here now. Okay, it's better late than never. Mercedes Moné now offering personal texting service. Mercedes Moné is now offering a personal texting service, though it isn't cheap. The AEW star has the texting service advertised on her website, powered by VIP Texting, which offers personal one-on-one chats with Moné. And I quote, "My super fans have always been my super friends. Now, like friends, they can text me directly and privately. I'm so excited to finally be able to connect this way. Sign up and text me now." The service has limited slots. It is available for $99.99 a month. You can find out more in the link above. I'll pass, homie. I'll fucking pass. Yo! You know what? No, I take that back. You know the fucked up part behind all this? I'm saying that, like, she's delusional. No, scratch that. She's a fucking genius, bro. Because here's the thing. Let's just hypothetically say, for an example, she gets like 100 people to sign up, right? Just hypothetically speaking, 100 people to sign up for her shitty service. You recognize with just 100 people, 100, that's $10,000 just like that. And the crazy thing is, it's a texting service, meaning there's no way you're gonna know whether or not Mercedes is actually texting your dumb ass. But that's what I'm saying, bro. No, I take that back. No, it's a retarded concept in the sense that if you fall for this shit, give me your money, bro. Why give $100 to Mercedes for her to like text you when she's not really gonna text you, when you can give it to me and I can laugh at you for all the money that you're giving to me? I mean, it's pretty much the same exact thing anyways, right? You give your money to Mercedes, she's laughing at you. You give your money to me, I'm laughing at you, but without scamming you, because I'm telling you, I'ma laugh at your dumb ass, bro. Where are we? What are we doing? Where are we going nowadays? What a dystopian hellhole we've entered in nowadays. Oh my god. You know, I seen one person actually comparing this to the 1-800 hotline they used to have back in WCW when Gene Okerlund was hosting it back in the days. Okay, but here's the difference. You can actually, you know what? No, yeah, they'll actively talk to you, right? If I'm not mistaken, you can see them on television holding the phones and shit like that. But unless you got some really, really good impersonators, there was really wrestlers on the end of those phones, from, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe once or twice you might get a Macho Man impersonator or some shit like that. But for the most part, I guarantee you were talking to humans. I want to say probably 9 out of 10 times, hypothetically speaking, right? I don't know how the 90s were when it came to fucking talking on phones. I was too busy picking up the phone and hanging it up and picking it up and hanging it up because I was fucking ADHD ridden. No, ADD. I'm still ADD ridden. What the fuck am I talking about? But I can tell you right now, no, folks, don't fall for the con. And I'm not talking about Tony Khan. I'm talking about this con. I don't feel like I should be saying this, but I will say this. It just lets you know that anybody, and when I say anybody can get over anything and anywhere in any space. That's the good thing about social media that I will say. Now, obviously and unfortunately, social media has completely ruined everybody's lives, but I will say there is always money to be made out there. Look left, look right. I swear to God, all you have to do is just log in. Fucking log in, and I'm telling you, build up a decent fan base and you can scam the fuck out. I'm gonna scam you guys, bro. Like, I'm gonna let you know, I'm gonna scam you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna think of something, and I'm just scam the fuck out of y'all, okay? I'm just gonna let you know right now. Because how many times have I seen that Bitcoin shit where you know for a fact that there are actual legitimate fucking retards out there that keep falling for the same Bitcoin trap to the point that it's called shitcoin, and yet they keep falling for it. You had motherfuckers falling for a Logan Paul Bitcoin. Then they fell for a Hawk Tua Bitcoin. And even they fell for a Jack Doherty. A Jack Doherty Bitcoin. They fell for a Adam 22 Bitcoin. I'm gonna scam y'all, bro. Now that's it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you know right now. I don't get Devontae, you're breaking TOS. Am I really, bro? I'm gonna scam you too. Fuck y'all niggas, bro. I'm gonna make money, bro. If Mercedes can do it, then why the fuck can I not, bro? I'm gonna do it, bro. I'm gonna do it in the gayest way possible too, man. Like, not gay as in sexually gay. I mean, maybe even that too. I don't know. It's not like you guys know or whether or not you're gonna see me or whatever. You jack out to my voices anyways. My multiple voices. Skibbity. So, with that being said, I'll be back later on to scam you guys. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna probably do it. Or I might get bored and just forget that I said any of this. Probably the second thing. But, mark my words. One of these days in the future, I'm gonna scam you. I'm gonna scam you for all the money. I'm gonna take all your inheritance. Okay? Everything that you're gonna plunk into your future kids' schooling, I'm gonna take all of it. Not that you need it anyways, because you're forever a fucking virgin. So with that being said, let's get directly into the Dynamite review. Shall we? We shall. Okay. I see them sort of kind of leaning more into the sexuality a little bit more. I mean, if you're going to talk about tits and ass like Anna Jay and Harley Cameron were doing right now, I say fuck it, go all the way out. We just talked about this earlier today. Don't just talk about tits and ass, show some tits and ass. You feel me? Like, don't just talk about it, be about it, baby. Be about it, baby. But let's talk about a couple of things real quick, because I actually kind of dug these openers, right? The things that happen in the opener. Now, I will say, the setup, I love the setup. I love the promos. Just the execution, I don't agree with. So, like, I'll talk about the least important thing, and then we'll talk about the most important thing, these two segments, right? You had FTR and Stokely Hathaway. They kind of ambushed the announcement table, and they kind of bullied Tony Schiavone, talking about how, you know, he keeps talking shit about them on the announcement table, and how he's doing commentary, and how they issued him an apology. That should be good enough. Like right though, why are you still talking shit about us, Tony? And, you know, Tony was pretty much trying to, you know, plead his case before Stokely Hathaway told him, I don't want to hear that. You called me a snake in the grass, buddy. Okay, I don't have to take that from your pasty, pale white. And, you know, before he could say the word shit, which he kind of uttered it anyways, Tony Schiavone stood up out of his chair to defend himself, and he was like, that's enough. And then FTR stood in between him and Stokely Hathaway. They were pretty much just bullying him. You know, you got some good little promos from Dex Harwood, and, you know, what's the other one's name? I forgot his fucking Cash Wheeler, I think. You got some decent work from them as far as their promos are considered. Them pretty much explaining themselves, talking about how, you know, Danny Garcia wants a reason as to why they did what they did to him. And, you know, they were talking about Nigel McGuinness also. It almost feels like they're going to do a tag team match with Nigel and Daniel Garcia versus FTR. I'm not sure if that's the path they're going to go down. I don't know if they're going to do that, and that's going to be a way to introduce Edge back into the show, or whatever the case may be. Not sure whether or not this is going to take place at Double or Nothing. I don't know. But I like the aggression. I like the hostility. It was good. All of that was actually pretty good. But we're going to get to the main segment that I really want to talk about, because I actually thought both guys delivered in the promo department. You had Hangman Adam Page come out to kick off the night, right? He started to talk about his grievances and how all the things that were going on with him these past 2 years, how he felt like he was at his lowest point, how the stuff that he was doing in regards to, what in the actual fuck is going on? Wait. Oh, it's a Fatal 4-Way Eliminator. That's right. They're having a stupid ass Fatal 4-Way match where there's no title on the line with Tony Storm involved. It's fucking dumb as shit. But yeah, just letting you know. Oh, Energy does kind of have a fat ass. But no, sorry. Got flustered there for a second. Back to what I was saying. You had this opener, right? And as I was saying, Hangman Adam Page is explaining his grievances over the past 2 years. Eventually, he was referring to, there was a lot of references made to his feud with Swerve Strickland. He was eventually saying something along the lines of, I'm not going to forget, I'm not going to forgive, because all the things that I've been doing to you, you know, even outright said I damn near killed you, it didn't make me feel whole. I didn't feel anything doing any of this. So I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel like I got my revenge. Nothing. You know, I even contemplated going back in the ring and finish you off for good, and I just don't feel anything. So I'm just going to forgive, I'm going to forget, and I'm going to put you in the background because I have the World Championship to focus on. Out comes Will Ospreay. And I like this a little bit. You know, Will Ospreay came out. He made it sound like he was going to kiss his ass throughout the entire promo, like there's going to be some type of camaraderie between the two, which sort of kind of happened to a lesser degree, but we'll get to that in a little bit, right? Will Ospreay explains like, hey, bro, you had one of the best stories in all of professional wrestling, the Dark Order leadership stuff, the stuff that was going on with you trying to find your way back to the spot that you're currently in right now. All of that is fine and good. Even last week, us, me, the crowd, we seen something that we haven't seen in a while from the Hangman. An actual smile. He found his smile. But then Will Ospreay turned up the aggression. He was like, that's all fine and dandy, but that has nothing to do with me. I want you to recognize that this entire time while you were moping like a little bitch, acting like an angsty fucking teenager, oh, I'm gonna split my wrist, I got 13 reasons why, my name is Hangman, and I'm a cowboy, boom boom pow pow with my guns, Right, he was like, you took out your mentor, okay, who happens to be a friend of mine, and Christopher Daniels. You took out Swerve Strickland, who happens to be a friend of mine also. All the media rounds, you put all the onus on me to carry this company. All the great matches, you put it on my back to carry this company. You were once the main character, but now you're just this little moping bitch. And I feel like I'm that guy now. And I feel like while you are trying to get your redemption, I'm having my ascension. That was a great fucking line, by the way. And he was thinking, pretty much saying, if you think I'm going to be a pushover for you to finish your story, you got another thing coming. Essentially is what he was saying. While he was talking, out came the Don Callis family, right? All looking like a bunch of fucking geeks. Essentially, because you can hear him in the ring, you can kind of see the dialogue a little bit. It kind of sounded as if Will Ospreay was somewhat kind of accusing, which is kind of weird. You would think it'd be the other way around. But Will Ospreay was pretty much asking Hangman off, you know, the microphone, do you have something to do with this? And Hangman's like, I have nothing to fucking do with this, which is, again, stupid. You would think it'd be the other way around. But the Don Callis family came out, and Don pretty much antagonized them. Pretty much, you know, just typical heel tripe bullshit, right? Eventually, Will Ospreay was telling him, hey, but he grabbed Hangman as if to like show him like this is a duo that's gonna take on two of your guys. Okay, us two versus two of your people. Let's do it. And it's like, all that was great. Like the kickoff for tonight, as far as this was good shit. And if they keep this up, they're gonna get me invested to what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Good shit. I liked everything about this promo. But like I said, the setup was fine. The execution, I don't understand. This was the perfect match to main event tonight. And I know people are typically like, oh, well, Devontae, that's just typical, you know, professional wrestling. You're going to give the crowd amped up. You're going to make the crowd feel like they want something, then you take it away from them and you make them wait for it. Yeah. But, I mean, next week you got the steel cage match with Moxley and Samoa Joe. There's no need to have two solid, good matches on it. You got the main event already set. Make this the main event and build up throughout the night, and then give us a cliffhanger, and then give us some segments next week to help us get more involved into the match that's going to happen between these two at Double or Nothing. That's what I'm saying. To kind of just do all this, it kind of tells me that it's going to be one segment. And I might be wrong. Maybe they might do something later on tonight. But it tells me that this is all the time you're going to dedicate to this. And quite frankly, looking at the card so far and looking at what we have going into Double or Nothing, this seems like the most intriguing match on the entire card, honestly, right? You could do a lot to build up this match. Give it something substantial for us to sink our teeth into. You did a great job with this promo. And if you keep up the momentum going into the pay-per-view, excellent. Fine and dandy. That's exactly what I want to see. That's professional wrestling 101. But you had it right there to do this match in the main event. That was the perfect setup. For you to just say, nah, we're gonna do this next week. No, that's not, oh, Devontae, wait, be patient. That's bullshit. That's the match. That's your main event. And you should be building up to that. And that will get us more amped up to want to see the pay-per-view. What you should be focused on tonight is doing that main event and giving us a cliffhanger from that main event going into the next show. That way we have the steel cage match and what's going to happen between Hangman and Will Ospreay after what happened tonight. That's what you should be doing. Instead, you just gave up on it, man. I hate that type of shit, bro. And again, it's only AEW does that shit. I hate that. I fucking hate that. But like I said, all things considered, the execution from both segments I thought were great. But the setup. Got confused myself there. Looking at too much ass right now on my television screen. The setup, fucking perfectly fine. The execution, though, you got to do better than that, man. You got to stick the landing. Man. It's not about patience. If you're creative enough, like I said, if you knew what you were doing and you gave us a solid cliffhanger, then that should be what leads into the next show. Instead, it's, well, we're gonna save this. It's that whole micromanaged bullshit that Triple H does sometimes too. It's fucking lame, bro. Stop trying to allocate and save stories to happen the following week. Be creative and be good enough where you could tell multiple layer stories to carry us over from week to week. But beggars can't be choosers. I'll take what I can get. It was still a solid segment overall. Both segments, that and the FTR segment. But coming up next, we got more Dynamite. This Fatal 4-Way match is still going on that I give no shits about. Again, it's so stupid to have the women's champion in the match and she's the world champ. It's so fucking dumb. It's so fucking dumb. But hey, like I said, let's get through this. You should do a Fatal 4-Way number one contender match because you still don't have a number one contender for the women's champion. I mean, obviously, we know Toni Storm's going to win the match regardless, but you might want to, I mean, who knows? Maybe who wins this match right here is going to be a person, but to be quite frank, I don't want to see none of these women go up against Toni Storm coming up on Double or Nothing, to be honest with you. So, I mean, it's a means to an end, I guess. But let's continue on with the show. All right, so they just went on commercial break. Christian Cage and Nick Wayne just came out. They just said Nick Wayne's going to fight someone from Christian's past. I'm going to assume, considering they're in Detroit tonight, it's going to most likely be Rhino. If I could be wrong about that, but it's probably going to be Rhino if I had to take a guess. So I'll hurry up because I kind of do want to watch that match, only because I'm invested to the Christian and Nick Wayne angle right now. But we had the Elite and Ricochet. They're promoting their upcoming 6-man tag match that I just don't give even the slightest fuck about. Holy shit, I don't give a fuck about this match whatsoever. And then, like, when Ricochet left after pretty much saying he was going to lead the team to victory, they go inside their locker room or their office, and oh god, the Dick Riders are sitting there. Bro, bro, why is everything so good tonight except for the World Championship angle? Holy shit, what a buzz killer. Kill this fucking angle already. We all know where this is leading up to, okay? Just hurry the fuck up, get the steel cage match over with, announce your stupid fucking Anarchy in the Arena match, and get this shit over with. But speaking of things that are terrible, this isn't terrible. You thought I was gonna get you. You had you at the palm of my claws. MJF, Hurt Syndicate. So the Hurt Syndicate, they come out, right? First, actually, Leo Rush and his doppelganger, they come on to the audience because that's like their entire gimmick. They only get paid just to come out and watch the matches. Very apropos, very applicable, right? They're sitting in the audience like the jobbers that they are, watching the Hurt Syndicate come out, pretty much begging anybody from the tag team division to step up. Come on, take the brass ring from us. My brass ring, take my brass ring. Come on, guys, who wants to head up and take on the Hurt Syndicate? Out comes Top Gay. Top Gay comes out, Darius Martin. They're heading to the ring, and they're talking all this generic bullshit about we're gonna try our best. And guys, we're here. We're gonna get in that ring, and we're here. We might have tried our best, and it might have not been enough, but we're here, says Darius Martin. We're here, guys. We're here, and we're here. We're there, and we're here. Take it away, Darius Martin. Wait, but Darius Martin already talked. Take it away, Darius Martin. Yeah, like Darius Martin said, we're here. And when we're done with you, we're gonna be here. And can I tell you something else? What? We're here. And then out came MJF and he beat the dog shit out of him like the fucking jobbers that they are. And as he's beating the dog shit out of him, he busts open Darius Martin Well, first, he beat the fuck out of Darius Martin, threw his head to a pole. Then he went to the other Darius Martin and beat the fuck out of him too. And it's like, good shit. Good shit. Nothing better than watching two jobbers get their asses kicked. Darius Martin got his ass beat, and the other Darius Martin got his ass beat. MJF got in the ring. He confronted Bobby Lashley. He wiped the blood of Darius Martin on his shirt. And he gets in the ring. And, oh wait, hold on. Let me see. I want to hear Rhino's theme song. Huh. I mean, I'm so used to the dun 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 dun. I'm so used to that theme song. I don't know why I thought it was gonna come out to that. That's fucking WWE production music. But yeah, nevertheless though, Rhino still looks pretty decent. I mean, and he's looking a little bit older, and he looks like a mob boss in his face a little tiny bit. But you know, Rhino still looks pretty damn good for his age. How old is Rhino right now? Probably like in his 50s, early 50s, maybe probably his early 50s, maybe late 40s. I think he's actually younger than Edge and Christian, believe it or not. But yeah, they're about to have their match right now, Nick Wayne and Rhino. Like I said, MJF gets in the ring, wiping the blood of Darius Martin on his shirt after kicking the other Darius Martin's ass also. And he's telling Bobby Lashley, you know, staring him dead in his face, I hurt people. And you had Bobby Lashley and Shelton and MVP looking very impressed. Bobby Lashley takes the microphone out of MJF's hand. You could barely hear what he said because the microphone kind of had technical difficulties, but essentially you can hear what he was saying. He's like, I'll give you an answer next week. But you see what I mean? That kind of shit should be saved for next week. Not doing, you know, the tag team match for next week when you have a steel cage match. Give us a cliffhanger and let that be what draws you for next week. Because that could have been two things that could have drawn us to next week plus the steel cage match. You know what I mean? But that's what I want to see next week. That. Leave answers unfucking touched or whatever after pretty much setting it up for tonight, okay? That tag team match, that was set up for tonight. That should have happened tonight. And then you should have fucking did whatever you had to do following up off of that in an angle the following week. But like I said, I like the angle. I liked it. The Elite fucking suck. Jon Moxley suck. Death Riders suck. Dick Riders, all of them, they all suck, literally and figuratively. But MJF and Hurt Syndicate, they're great. The only sad part about it is that like we have Nick Wayne versus Rhino right now. So like literally all the three angles that I care about the most are pretty much done, right? For the most part, right? Really, you can count 4 if you want to say FTR. Like I don't really see anything else that's going to keep me attentive going throughout the night. We have 1 more hour left on this show. All the things that I care about angle wise, they've already been done. The Christian and Nick Wayne angle, that's being done right now. The stuff with the Hurt Syndicate and MJF, that's pretty much done right now. I like the FTR stuff. That's done right now. And from what I could tell, I don't see them coming back to the Hangman stuff and Will Ospreay. That's done also. So pretty much everything that I care about is done for it. I guess we'll keep our eyes peeled, but I don't think this hour is going to get. I think this is downhill. This is definitely going to be downhill from here, boys. So brace yourself for Impact. At least we got a good hour. I thought the first hour was actually pretty good. I actually liked the first hour tonight, but I don't see the second hour, you know, topping this. But hey, we will see. Maybe as the Darius brothers were saying, miracle. Let's get a miracle, boys. Let's get a miracle. Not really quite understanding what the hell is Chris Statlander's problem. Chris Statlander just walked up to Willow Nightingale during her interview, and she's like, look, if we're not going to talk in the back, we're going to talk right here. What the fuck are you talking about? Was this even a year ago? Barely a year ago, right? You turned on the girl. You screwed her over. You turned heel on her for no fucking reason. And because, your career didn't work out in the way that you thought it was going to work out, turning on her, you thought that maybe you can talk back to her? If they even remotely made Willow Nightingale legitimately become friends with her again, they have completely, they have shat all over her character. Well, maybe they didn't, because Willow Nightingale is supposed to be this, goody-goody two-shoes, I'm happy-go-lucky, all this other kind of shit. But man, oh man, would it make her character look stupid. I don't give a fuck if Chris Statlander is a face right now. That'd be fucking ridiculous to have her go back, and that'd just be so fucking stupid. Who is this? Oh, we're gonna have a match with Kazuchika Okada and Kevin I Get No Pop Night before Roosh attacked them. I think he owes him money or some shit like that. Something fucking stupid. I don't fucking care. But going back a little tiny bit also, we had Jamie Hayter and Sasha Banks. Well, Jamie did have an interview, looking goofy as fuck. I guess she's now dressing up like Austin Powers or some shit. I don't know. But she was cutting a backstage interview, or I guess a sit-down interview with Renee Patty Cake. Pretty much just talking shit about Mercedes before she was attacked from behind from Mercedes. Jamie chased her out into the arena where they brawled a little bit longer. Mercedes, you know, being one of the smartest heels, she pretended as if she was going to go backstage until she inevitably ended up running back out and attacking Jamie and then locking her into the bank statement and, you know, a horrible crossface. Not because of Sasha, but because Jamie didn't lay flat down on her stomach and it looked horrible. I get it. She has a back injury, a legitimate back injury, so maybe she doesn't want to injure herself. But, I mean, fuck. She's, like, screaming and hollering and overselling the shit out of this when it's like, dude, you're not even flat on your stomach taking the move correctly. What the fuck? But, who cares? I really don't care. I thought the whole segment was kind of goofy, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess, you know, I'll give credit where credit is due. You know, you're trying to build up the match, so I'll give you credit for that, but I just thought it was goofy. Jamie selling was just fucking retarded. Speaking of retarded, we had this tag team match, the 3-on-3 tag team match. Oh, actually, I never talked about Nick Wayne and Christian, did I? Oh, Christian, or I guess Nick Wayne ended up winning the match against Rhino. I mean, go figure. He ended up hitting him with the Unprettier or the kill switch in order to pick up the win. Very short match. Wasn't really nothing tied to it or anything special. I mean, Rhino's much older now, so I don't really expect him to go crazy in the ring. But he ended up losing the match. And then Christian pretending as if he was going to put the championship belt on him. And then, unfortunately, he didn't. He dropped the belt on the floor. And then he said, hey, pick up the belt yourself, kid. And then he walked out of the ring. Pretty good shit. I like that a little bit. But, do we have anything else before we get to this 6-man tag match? Oh yeah, MJF. He confronted Will Ospreay backstage, and I get what they're trying to do. They had MJF confront, what's his name backstage? What's buddy's name again? Oh yeah, Hangman Adam Page. And now they're having him confront Will Ospreay, kind of making it like, oh, you know, we're planting the seeds to see who's going to go up against MJF. After this whole stupid shit with this tournament, which is stupid because it's going to be Jon Moxley versus Will Ospreay, folks. I mean, let's just stop it with the fucking games. It's going to be Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay. Obviously, I know why they're doing this for. You got to build up some kind of heat, but I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's really, really pointless, right? But they talked shit to each other backstage, and that was pretty much it. Now we get to the 6-man tag match. Ugh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. At least this went a little bit shorter than I expected it to go, and ended up going like 20 or 25 minutes. You may say to yourself, Devontae, that's a pretty long fucking match for TV. I mean, is it really though? Is it really though? Not really. It didn't really feel that long. I mean, it was still garbage as fuck. It was still trash, still choreographed bullshit, still shitty nonsense. And by the way, I've come up with a rule. All right, if you got people who are actually somewhat over or at least significant on the opposite side of the team, and on your team you got Mark Briscoe, I already know you're going to lose. That's just the way it is. That's just the way that it is, boys, okay? You got somebody on your team who's insignificant like a Mark Briscoe, and on your team it seems like you got all the guys on your team who have momentum. You know, you got, I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot of people, you know what I mean? Even if it is someone like a Ricochet, you still got the Young Bucks who are involved in the main event storyline. Mark Briscoe's on the opposite side, you know you're going to fucking lose. Now, surprisingly, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because they're trying to tell a story. Swerve Strickland was the one to eat the pinfall. He ended up taking the roll-up. I know, big shocker is AEW. When you can't actually think of a legitimate finish, you just come up with a roll-up because you're too pussy to actually give a straight fucking finish because, you know, that actually takes effort to come up with a story to explain why the fuck that happened. But at the same time, you're such virtue signalers in professional wrestling that you don't really feel the need to want to come up with a DQ finish or a count-out finish. God, they're such uncreative pussies when it comes to that, man. But this match was just garbage. Just straight choreograph. Oh, look at me now. Super kick, missile drop kick, springboard. If you've seen one fucking multi-man AEW match, you've literally seen them all. And of course, it's always going to get that 5-star classic stamp approval on it because, I mean, goddamn, it's like, can you at least raise the standards of the fucking 5-star? Now, none of that fucking 7-star bullshit, but like raise the standards of what a match is supposed to be, because it's like, for the love of fucking God, like, not every goddamn match that happens on Dynamite should be considered a 5-star. But then again, at this point, I feel like the credibility of the 5-star system is so fucking ruined, and it's so meaningless nowadays because of the matches that get them, even though the previous week's match did the exact same thing. I mean, I see matches from AEW every single week get at least 4 stars. They're like, the whole star system shit doesn't even have any meaning, bro. You have to elevate it to 7 stars in order to make sure it has credibility, rather than, fucking fairly judging it, criteria based, selling, movement, storytelling, post-match, pre-match, angle, all that stuff. Like, no, it's who has the best choreographed moves and who can get the best, near falls. It's so, I'm so jaded to this shit, bro. Like, fuck the star system. Fuck these type of matches in general. Like, fuck me, bro. But right now we have Kevin Knight and Kazuchika Okada. I just give no fucks about this match whatsoever. Like I said, they attempted to do something. They had Rouge come out and attack Kevin Knight. Wow, have them wrestle. The most charismatic list match of all time. Fuck me. Don't touch me. Don't ever touch me, okay? Fuck all you guys. You will never touch me, like, ever. Fuck you all. Alright, let's take it on to the home stretch, folks. We're getting closer to the end of this show. Let's get the fuck in, and let's get the fuck out. Not one of the... I mean, we still gotta see the main event, I guess. I wouldn't call it the worst show, but we'll see. Again, if they could do a decent main event with Joe and Moxley, maybe I might actually say that this was actually a pretty good show for the most part. But if that fails, then it's going to be a mixed bag. At least I can't, unless they completely and utterly just fall off a fucking cliff with something ridiculously fucking stupid. I can't really say, like, with confidence that this was actually a horrible show. So far, not bad. More good than bad. I'll say that much. Alright, that does it for another episode of Dynamite. The least I can say is that they involved the World Championship. I guess you can say that, but man, it's Jon Moxley, bro. Like, this match with Samoa Joe and Cesaro had no heat whatsoever. Like, is it just me? Like, the entire aura of this company surrounding this World Championship is completely thrown off. They need to get that belt off of Jon Moxley as soon as possible. Like, I'm not stupid. I understand. I know they're going to try to carry this all the way up until we get to All In Texas. I understand, but fuck me. They need to get the belt off this man. He is such anti-aura. He is the definition of anti-fucking aura. Get the belt off of this man. You know the sad part? The show tonight, it wasn't even that bad, necessarily speaking. Yeah, there's some things you can touch on and you can say, I wish they would have done better, or yeah, they could have done this better than that. But for the most part, especially the first hour, I thought this was a rather decent show. Now, obviously, you're gonna get people saying, oh, they could have wrestled a little bit more. Shut the fuck up. How much goddamn wrestling does one person fucking need? The amount of comments that I read from the last video, people saying, oh, we don't want to see the women kick off their clothes. I mean, we're closeted gays, and therefore, we just want to make sure that we see nothing but men wrestle. I mean, fuck, it's already bad enough that you have to admit that you watch professional wrestling as a grown-ass man. The least you can do is have some type of counterbalance and have the women actually show their stuff and show their goods. But here you guys, no, we want to see the women with their clothes on. No, the fuck you don't. Shut up. It's the same type of thought process when I see these marks talk about, we need to see more wrestling. No more fucking wrestling. No more hardcore bullshit. In fact, no more Jon Moxley. It's to the point now where it's like, I'm now starting to see a pattern here, right? And honestly, Jon Moxley is starting to become that embodiment. I'm to the point now, I'm gonna straight up say this. I don't mean fire the guy, because again, he hasn't done anything detrimental for me to say that he should be fired. Ruining my entertainment is not something worth being fired over, right? Especially when obviously it's his life, it's his well-being, it's his kids, it's his money, it's his livelihood. I don't want to take that from anybody, but goddamn, is there some way we can get Jon Moxley off the television while he's still being paid the same amount of money? Like, just get him off of my fucking television. I feel like everything that Jon Moxley has done throughout the duration of his AEW career has been absolute nothing but straight fucking abysmal trash. Literally everything. His promos fucking suck. His look fucking sucks. His aura fucking sucks. His matches fucking suck. His rivalries fucking suck. His storylines fucking suck. I cannot think of one good thing Jon Moxley has done throughout his duration in AEW. I swear to God, everything he touches turns into complete shit. And mind you, I'm not even gonna pretend as if I was a big Dean Ambrose fan. Quite frankly, you can shit on me all you want to. I was 20 when they actually started, so I have the right to speak about this because I was actually, above seaman level when it comes to age. I hated the fucking show, honestly. Maybe in hindsight, I look at the group and I say, oh, okay, yeah, I can at least recognize the things that they've done. But I've never been a big fan of the show. I haven't. I'm sorry. Kill me. I know. Devontae, whoa, you're shitting on my childhood. Yeah, I'm sorry. I never liked the show. I never did. I think I spoke about this in the past. I've never been a big fan of the show. So really, when it comes to Jon, his whole entire career, it's never been something that was impressive to me. Honestly, I felt like he's always been a fucking tryhard. But at least he was kept at bay. At least his entire run wasn't dog shit. And objectively, I may have a problem with the Shield, but they got pops, they were over, they sold merch. I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys actually like them, right? So there was an upside to it. But when I look at Jon Moxley and the totality of what he's done in AEW, it's not even remotely close to the WWE run he's had. And I thought it was shit for the most part. I don't like Jon Moxley. Like, objectively, I get it. He was over. He sold things. You guys like him. But I just never liked him. And then he comes to AEW and he somehow gets even fucking worse. And when he shows up in AEW and he's already fucking terrible, he somehow gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I feel like right now we're at the tail end of his magnum opus of fucking crap. This Death Rider angle is the death of this fucking company. I swear to God, every time I see them, it's just like they have heat with me. They have X-Pac go away heat with me. I just can't stand this stable. This might be. I used to always think that Aces and Eights were the worst stable of all time. But man, at least back then, me and the homies, we used to like laugh at their asses every week. Like, I mean, cracking up, holding our stomachs, fucking laughing at the Aces and Eights. That's how fucking trash they are. That's how trash they were, I guess. But man, at least it was something like, oh, they're gonna come out. Oh man, what kind of goofball shit are they gonna do this week, right? With these jobber of fucking lower mid cards, guys who were on Sunday Night Heat not even 10 years prior to this. What are they gonna do now that's gonna be fucking trash? Whereas with the Death Riders, I just groan. I see them and I groan. They ruin everything. I see everybody talk about Jericho and how they're happy that he's off of television. I'm happy that Jericho's doing the tour. And don't get it twisted. As a guy who's the head of the Chris Jericho fan club, I absolutely agree with you. Jericho has had some of the worst years of his entire fucking wrestling career these past few years in AEW. I'm happy that he's off my television. As a Jerichoholic, as a stone cold Jerichoholic, I completely agree. But my God, there is no way in fucking hell you can sit back and tell me that Jericho's career is any worse than Jon Moxley. I'll give it to you. Get the fuck off my television, Jericho. But goddamn, turn it back around and say the exact same thing about Jon motherfucking Moxley. Get him off the fucking television set. He rambles when he does his promos. It's just complete nonsense. I mean, Bray Wyatt levels of fucking nonsensical fucking rambles that comes out of his fucking dick hole. Right? And then he has his matches and there's just nothing but pure garbage. It's garbage. It's like he's trying to cosplay as Mick Foley, but he fails at the number one thing that distinguished Mick Foley from the rest of the trash hardcore wrestlers, and that he implemented spots in order to tell a broader story. The reason why he's using thumbtacks is because he's trying to tell the story of not even desperate, right? The superstars of themselves, if they're using the thumbtacks, it's desperate. But Mick Foley typically uses it because he's trying to illustrate the torment that you put him through for months and what he's willing to do to show you his evil side and contrast to the lovable Mick Foley. That is the purpose of the thumbtacks. Is Cactus Jack is trying to tell you, he's trying to show you that you've brought this out of him to contrast him from his original character in Mick Foley to distinguish who he is. The same can be said about all the other weapon spots. Not to mention, when Mick Foley did it, it wasn't a thing that happened all the fucking time. Not to mention, those thumbtack spots, they actually got over superstars. Those thumbtack spots made guys like Triple H, made guys like Randy Orton, made guys like Edge. But here you are, you have AEW, and they do thumbtack spots with the fucking women on an episode of fucking Collision in the middle of the goddamn card with no titles on the fucking line. And here you are, you have Jon Moxley completely abusing it. Oh, well, we can't just use thumbtacks. Now we have to use fucking broken glass. Oh, we can't use fucking broken glass. Now we have to use a fucking 2x4 with spikes coming out of it for us to take a fucking suplex on it because we're too lame in order to get over our story. So we need theatrics in order to get ourselves over. That's Jon Moxley's entire fucking career. He uses his dumbass promos to spew his shitty ass rhetoric in order to make believe and put up this facade that he's actually saying something of substantial worth to get you to want to invest inside his stupid ass matches. Then you get into his dumbass matches and he puts up another facade that this match is actually good, when in reality he's doing the most easiest things. And I'm telling you, don't take it for granted. Just because the spots look fucking horrible in terms of pain, don't take it for granted. I'm telling you, those are easy. It's easy to do what Jon Moxley does. It is absolutely fucking easy. I can go out in the middle of the ring also and just read some fucking Shakespeare and say it in ways that relate to today's generation and pretend that I'm actually fucking cutting the promo. And then I can go inside the middle of the fucking ring and take bumps on fucking chairs, bleed every goddamn night, and say that I'm a professional wrestler. I'm hardcore, guys. Look at me. I'm tough. I'm Jon Moxley. I look like Nosferatu. I'm so tough. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And you know what that translates to? Creatively speaking, a huge ball of fucking nothing. Now, I completely understand why Brock Lesnar didn't want to do business with this idiot at WrestleMania 32. It all makes sense now. Because everything that he's doing in AEW, you do understand that's what he wanted to do with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I get it now. He's not a star. He's fucking trash. And again, it feels like when I see a retard like Jon Moxley go out there and do all this dumb shit, all he essentially is telling everybody, because he's one of the locker room leaders, is that, hey guys, do what I do and you can get just as over. Don't actually have to rely on the points that are actually being told within your promos. Don't actually rely on actually having to distinguish your character and make whatever you say on the promo match whatever your character is trying to output for the fans to understand and get and reflect with and actually relate to. No. What I want you to do is go out there, say words that really make no fucking sense whatsoever, just to have an excuse, just to buy some time to get in the middle of the fucking ring, get in there and just fucking bump, bleed, and that should be good enough for you to be A-okay to get over with the fucking sickos. I'm tired of Jon Moxley. I'm tired of everything that he embodies. I'm tired of him being on my television. I'm just sick and tired of it. It's not even just the Death Riders anymore. I'm just sick and tired of Jon Moxley. Please, oh please, when you finally get the belt off of him, let him take a long extended vacation. Let him make as much money as he possibly can, because I don't want to take any money out of no man's pocket, but for the love of God, for my entertainment's sake, get him off of my television. I'm tired of this guy. He brings down, if AEW was at a B, he shows up, he brings the letter grade down all the way to a D. He sucks. His stable sucks, and his whole entire run, his whole entire career for that matter, fucking sucks. Jon Moxley fucking sucks. Sorry for the tirade. I just had to get that off my mind. I had to get that off my chest. I feel like I made how many videos on Jon Moxley fucking sucking, but it's really starting to hit me that he is the embodiment of just pure anti-aura. I see him and I just say to myself, here we fucking go. I just see him and I know we're gonna get the same type of thing. I know we're gonna get the same bullshit regarding him when we get to the Samoa Joe Steel Cage match next week. Just get this guy off my television. I'm counting down the clock where he finally loses that world championship, and hopefully he takes the longest extended fucking hiatus known to wrestling history. I don't want to see him back on my television till like 2028 with a brand new fucking character. A brand new character, maybe something of a ballerina. Make him a fucking joke. Make him something where if he shows up on the card, if he shows up, people just react to him in a manner that doesn't keep him in the fucking main event scene. For that matter, on my television in general. Rant over. I'm sorry, but the show overall, it was a mixed bag. Actually, it was somewhat good, and then Moxley showed up on my television, and then it fucking just ruined it for me, cratered it for me. Not to mention Joe and fucking Cesaro. As sad as this may sound, I wasn't really into this match all too much, which is saying something. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section in regards to the show tonight. That felt good. That felt really good getting off my chest. I feel like I just lost 1,000 pounds of shit Oh wait, no, I just took a Jon Moxley and I flushed the toilet. Alright, I'm out of here, folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you guys later. A deuces and a P. Ice. Oh, fuck Jon Moxley. Fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck.